big celebration. We have published a list every year of 100 people who've done really cool things in the New York tech community. Lots and lots of people have done it. Only 100 made the list.
So I founded renttherunway.com. We launched about a year ago now. And we have already over 600,000 members. We're just growing all the time. And it's definitely a testament to, all the entrepreneurial culture here in New York.
We're seeing an enormous amount of innovation here in New York City, entrepreneurship here in New York City, and I think one of the greatest things is that Mayor Bloomberg and his team has really supported these entrepreneurs, and I like to think that we're rivaling Silicon Valley.
New York is a fun place to be right now for both investors and entrepreneurs. Seeing a lot of people come out of other startup companies. It's nice to see sort of next generation.
Entrepreneurship in New York has just been on the rise in the last 2 years. What we're doing now with GroupMe could never have been done, I don't think, 2 years ago. They're really starting to understand consumer internet. There's less of the what's the business model and more of the oh my God, you're doing something that changes people's lives. We'll figure it out.
The restaurant industry is here, the food industry is here, media is here, Wall Street is here, so it's very easy for us to grow and to scale because everybody we need to meet is really just a cab right away.
New York is sort of really, I think, starting to benefit from a lot of raw talent, a lot of people looking to start new things, but really figuring out how to start something within media and marketing and publishing, news, journalism, in a whole sort of, slew of other different areas.
So many more tech minds in New York. Before, if you had a tech startup to hire people in New York City, it was actually pretty slim to none. But now it's completely different. There's so much talent in New York City. There's so much funding, and you know what? It's all about traction. And if you can't get traction in New York City, I don't know where you're gonna get traction.
Well, as a venture capitalist specifically from Silicon Valley, it's very important that we're tied in and connected to the New York scene. New York is the financial center of the world. It's also the advertising center of the world, telecommunications and media, among others. So many of those companies are early adopters, and our tech startups, either headquartered here or even in Silicon Valley or beyond in Israel or India, need to connect into New York customers, partners. And then there's the possibility of going public on the New York Stock Exchange, which we are today, which would be an amazing thing.
I think I'd like to take a big twist on the Jay-Z song that says, only at the New York Stock Exchange, this is where dreams are made of, this is where entrepreneurship has a vision that connects it to the market. And I think when we see a lot of these companies that are here tonight, that 2 or 3 years from now are going to be up on that bell podium, ringing the market, celebrating their message to hundreds of million people around the world, that's really why we're doing this tonight. It's awesome.